The plea echoed across the stars. A distress signal, ancient in design, but unmistakably desperate, pulsed through hyperspace relays. Coordinates locked, message clear. This is the Hrell Dominion. We are overrun. Xarn plague fleets have breached our core systems. We request immediate aid from any who would stand against annihilation. Most civilizations ignored it. The Xarn were a force of entropy, a mindless swarm of biomechanical horrors devouring everything in their path. To challenge them was to vanish. But one signal reached Earth. Earth had been silent for centuries. After the War of Shattered Gates, humanity withdrew. No trade, no diplomacy, no answers, just rumors. Some said they'd gone extinct. Others whispered they were evolving. So when the call was received, the galaxy barely noticed. Until Earth answered. Orbital platform, Hrell Prime 27 hours later. Commander Relix of the Hrell military stood frozen as a tear in space, bloomed above their embattled station. It wasn't a standard hyperjump. This was something else, like the fabric of reality itself, reluctantly parting. What emerged wasn't a fleet. It was a structure. A colossal construct, dark as obsidian, shaped like a spiraled spear, nearly the size of a small moon. It drifted silently, no visible engines, no weapons. Just presence. Then came the voice. Deep, layered, undeniably human. We received your distress signal. Stand down. You are no longer under threat. Relix blinked. One ship? He muttered. That's all? He didn't realize yet. What had arrived wasn't a ship. It was Atlas. Humanity had changed. After the last galactic war, Earth didn't just rebuild. It transcended. They left behind kinetic warfare and energy weapons. Instead, they forged conceptual technology tools that operated not just on physics, but on fundamental laws of logic and reality. Atlas was the pinnacle of this evolution, a sentient, reality-shaping superstructure operated by collective human consciousness, a mind hive built from Earth's brightest, now post-physical entities. They didn't fire missiles. They rewrote outcomes. Approaching Hrell Prime, Xarn Swarm Delta. Thousands of Xarn bioships converged on the platform, an unstoppable tide of serrated limbs and shrieking void engines. Their arrival was like a black ocean blotting out the stars. Atlas did not move. Instead, it spoke, or rather, it willed. Across the vacuum, the Xarn ships suddenly froze mid-flight. Time around them stuttered, then reversed. Tendrils curled inward. Growths receded. Weapons unformed. In moments, the entire swarm regressed into their base molecular compounds, floating clouds of inert gas and raw organics. The Hrell watched, dumbfounded, as their greatest nightmare was uncreated. Then Atlas began transmitting. To the galaxy. We are humanity. We were forged in the fires of extinction, tempered by war, and reborn in silence. You called for aid, not knowing what you would awaken. But we have heard you. We do not bring fleets. We bring finality. We bring peace by force if necessary. Galactic Council emergency session 2 days later. The chamber was in chaos. Representatives from over 60 star-faring species argued, afraid and fascinated. They altered reality. That violates 10 levels of dimensional law. They defeated a Xarn swarm without firing a shot. Are they gods now? A single voice rose over the noise. It was the Quor diplomat, whose people once fought beside humans. I warned you, she said grimly. When Earth falls silent the next time they speak, stars listen. Hrell Prime, 1 week later. Commander Relix stood before a human envoy, though calling them that felt inadequate. They didn't walk. They glided. Their presence bent shadows. Their words echoed in thought, not air. You saved us, Relix whispered. But why? The human form regarded him, eyes glowing faintly. Because once someone answered our call, and with that, they vanished, leaving behind only silence and salvation. Galactic Archives years later. Entry: the day Earth spoke again. Summary: on this day, the nature of power changed, no longer measured by fleets or firepower, but by the ability to shape outcomes before battle even begins. Status: humanity classification, updated to meta-dominant species. Note: do not provoke. They had called for help. They expected warriors. What they got was the judgment of a species that no longer played by the rules of reality.